Jimmy Cliff, one of the brightest lights ever to grace reggae music, lived a life touched deeply by love, family, and the gentle inspirations that came from those closest to his heart. The world knew him as a pioneer, a Grammy-winning artist whose voice carried hope, healing, and resilience, but within his own circle, he was simply a devoted husband, a proud father, and a man whose greatest joys were rooted in the warmth of home. Known globally for timeless classics like I Can See Clearly Now and You Can Get It If You Really Want, Cliff poured emotion into every song he created. Yet behind those powerful melodies was the quiet strength of the people he cherished. He shared his life with his loving wife, Latifah Chambers, with whom he welcomed 2 children, and he also embraced his daughter Nabia B, a talented singer and actress from a previous relationship. Each of them played a precious role in shaping the man behind the legend. On November 24th, the world was shaken by heartbreaking news. Chambers announced on Instagram that Cliff had passed away at the age of 81, sharing a message filled with pain, gratitude, and love. It is with profound sadness that I share that my husband, Jimmy Cliff, has crossed over due to a seizure followed by pneumonia, she wrote. Her message, signed lovingly by her and their children Lilty and Aiken, became a final tribute to a man adored across the globe. She thanked friends, family, collaborators, and fans, the people who walked beside him through his remarkable journey. Your support was his strength throughout his whole career, she said, letting the world know just how deeply Cliff treasured every person who believed in him. Though Cliff's music earned him international acclaim and countless accolades, he always spoke of his family with a tenderness that outshone even his biggest achievements. In a 2019 conversation with United Reggae, he was asked if he felt happy. His answer came softly but surely, yes, and it helps that I have 2 children with my wife. That simple line revealed the soul of a man whose heart lived far beyond the stage. His beautiful family with Chambers. Cliff and Chambers were blessed with 2 children, daughter Lilty and son Aiken. Though their early years were kept private, Cliff shared in a 2012 interview with The Guardian that they were 7 and 8 at the time. Chambers herself preferred a quiet life away from cameras, but their children embraced moments in the spotlight, especially when it meant celebrating their father. In July 2020, the siblings shared a touching birthday message for Cliff on his Instagram page. Filled with adoration, it read, "Papa, you were there from the day we were born, always having our best interests at heart. We wish you lots of love, great health, and happiness. Let's celebrate you today. Love you, Papa." The sweet tribute showed how dearly they cherished their father, not as a legendary musician, but as a loving parent who supported and protected them, sharing their father's world. As they grew, Lilty and Aiken frequently joined their father at events, standing proudly by his side. In March 2019, Cliff shared an Instagram post describing how wonderful it felt to attend a film event with his daughter. A month later, he posted photos from an emotional ceremony where a boulevard in Jamaica was named in his honor. Standing beside him that day were his 2 children, their presence turning an already extraordinary moment into a cherished family memory. Cliff expressed heartfelt gratitude, saying the honor meant even more because he got to share the joy with them. His family, his forever muse. Cliff's official biography describes him first and foremost as a family man, a title he wore with pride. He often drew artistic inspiration from his loved ones. His wife, with her Moroccan, French, and Jamaican heritage, and his 2 children filled his music with energy, strength, and emotional richness. Their voices, their laughter, and their love became a quiet wind behind some of his greatest creative steps. In that same 2012 conversation with The Guardian, Cliff lovingly spoke about how his family grounded him, how they shaped him, and helped him see life through a lens of compassion and responsibility. To him, family wasn't just important, it was everything. "Family means everything to me," he said tenderly. "I have a career which is important, but my family is the priority. First family and then career. It's a delicate balance." A musical legacy continued through his children. Cliff's passion for music naturally flowed into the hearts of his children. Even when they were young, Cliff noticed their budding talent, Lilty with her beautiful voice and Aiken with his gift for the drums. It filled him with pride to see echoes of his own artistry blossoming in them. By 2022, Lilty had even begun working with her father. Cliff shared a touching video from the studio as they collaborated on a track titled Racism alongside Dwight Richards. The moment captured the magic of a father passing down his craft to his daughter, a bridge between generations built on melody and meaning. Beyond music, Cliff passed on the values that shaped him from childhood. He wanted his children to grow with honesty, discipline, and compassion. "I'm passing on the same values I learned. Cleanliness, don't lie, don't cheat," he shared. While he chose not to raise them within organized religion, he guided them morally, teaching them to walk paths of right and wrong through conversation, storytelling, and the firm tenderness he inherited from his grandmother and father. His daughter Nabia B, a star in her own right. Cliff's family extended beyond his home with Chambers. He was also father to the gifted actress and singer Nabia B, whom he welcomed with Brazilian psychologist Sonia Gomez. Though he rarely discussed their relationship publicly, B herself lovingly shared memories of touring with her father when she was young. Growing up in Brazil, she spent much of her childhood traveling with him, absorbing the rhythm of life on the road and joining him on stage. "I grew up on a tour bus," she said in 2025. "I didn't quite realize what it meant to be a kid on stage till later." B went on to shine as an actress, portraying Simone Jackson in Daisy Jones and the Six and appearing as Linda in Marvel's Black Panther. Her father's artistic fire clearly lived within her too. Jimmy Cliff's story is rich with music, legacy, and global influence, but at its heart, it is a story about love. The love he gave to his family, the love he received in return, and the love he poured into songs that touched millions. Though the world will forever remember him as a reggae icon, those closest to him will remember the man behind the melodies, a devoted husband, a gentle father, and a soulful spirit whose greatest masterpiece was the family he built with so much tenderness.